about Jörg Widmann's Fever Fantasy, written for clarinet and bass clarinet and piano and string quartet. And it is an absolutely extraordinary piece. And I don't really know where to start in trying to give you my thoughts on it, I suppose. So I thought I would begin by talking about another piece written by Jörg Widmann, which for me gives a little bit of a way in to this piece, and that is his Andante, which was written inspired by Mendelssohn's Clarinet Sonata, and it takes the slow movement and he reworks it in his way for a solo clarinet and celeste and harp and string orchestra. And in this piece you feel, well, I feel as though I've opened this lovely jury box, one of those ones with the lid where there's a little ballerina inside who dances, and you've got all these lovely jewels inside, and it's so pretty and wonderful and beautiful and intimate. But then what happens is you fall in and the lid goes shut, and that ballerina, she's not so nice after all, and it's a bit of a nightmare inside that jury box, and it's really scary. And I think for me this piece has a similar element. And whilst this piece wasn't, when he started writing it, I don't believe that he was trying to take on any other composer's world, although he does say that as the piece developed, he discovered that he was finding note forms and blocks and chords from the sequence which is at the beginning of Schumann's first violin sonata, the C, F, E, D sharp. And that seemed to sort of go into the piece, whether consciously or subconsciously, I'm not sure. But from an outsider's perspective, it's this similar thing, although I don't think you're ever looking at that beautiful ballerina in this piece. You're sort of in this world of, well, you're in this really weird world. You don't know quite where you are. Sci-fi, and I mean, he talks about this sort of curves of fever. But the really scary thing for me about this piece is, whilst the beginning and all the way up to right the end seems like a sort of fantasy, I find that at the end you feel like it's your reality, and it's a really scary place that you end up, but somehow utterly, utterly beautiful and utterly terrifying. I hope I've made you want to listen to it. It's kind of life-changing, so get ready.